Hello, everybody, and welcome to a lovely match we have today. We have a bracket match of the Standard Tournament Season 5 of WoodenBarrel versus rockchalk. It's gonna be great. And joining comms today, we have August and Jax. How are you two doing?
Good. Very hyped for this matchup here.
Yeah, this is going to be a great matchup. I'm excited. I ran in from work to make sure I could make this on time, and definitely more exciting than that. And we'll be getting started shortly with this opponent start.
Got opponents. We got the Zora Sapphire start.
And an Ocarina.
Kokiri.
And an Ocarina. What else could we possibly want?
Well, something I'm looking forward to is this is one of the closest matchups in terms of seedings that we have here on the brackets. WoodenBarrel clocking in at seed number 30, rockchalk seed 35. So we are sure going to be in for a great match.
Yeah, but frankly, all of the matches we've seen so far have been very competitive. And Rando's going to Rando. Rando is exciting, interesting, and will just do interesting things like hand you a big Poe right off the bat. Alright, so that is our beginning. A big Poe in Mido's house. It's a bottle. It's a way to do that check without a bow.
Yeah. And it looks like immediately we're going to break open some logic. We're going to get our song in Sacred Forest Meadow.
Yeah, particularly considering it looks like the Nocturne of Shadow check is going to Luxaria's song. If there is no easily accessible menu out of forest, this could be rather late in logic.
Yeah, definitely something that the racers will want to keep in mind.
Yeah, there's definitely something, Ocarina of Time Randomizer, there's a lot of ways to cheat logic, make logic unhappy with you, go places you're not technically supposed to be. And it's part of the thing I really enjoy about the game, the fact that you can do terrible things to logic very easily. Like, they just jumped over Mido's head, and now we are out of logic.
Yeah, I think more important than the song in here is we're going to get 3 hint stones, which will give us some of those puzzle pieces to the logic that the randomizer program has set up for these racers.
Yeah, so we'll hopefully see some of our path hints early, telling us exactly where we're supposed to be going. One place we will not be going is, well, we probably will be going there, we won't be doing checks, is Zora's River. Kakariko Village on the path to King Dodongo.
Zora's River is not my favorite Baron. Every so often you might need to stop there and pick up some beans.
And you often end up trancing through it, and there's 3 hints. Ooh, now that is interesting. That vanilla mini bed of forest.
Ooh,
that's
nice,
great. That is a great Baron. That great foolish. Goron City is an amazing foolish. Any area that has child exclusive and adult exclusive checks, awesome to see a foolish.
Yep, I couldn't agree more. Unfortunately, Minuet doesn't chain us into anything. It's good to keep in mind that, we're not supposed to get access into the Forest Temple without Forest, Fire, and Water medallions this seed. So definitely something they'll be thinking about as they are summoning their noble steed.
They is a bit of an exaggeration. It looks like rockchalk is elected to hike. Now, Epona is probably faster just because of the running speed, but they're going to get there around the same time with the requirement to navigate Epona over narrow seams and near water.
Yeah, that's the bridge for you.
It's very accurate horse simulation, just panicking over random objects on the ground.
Well, not too surprising, they made their beeline here into Kakariko Village. Nothing from Mido's house other than that big Poe. So they're going to be looking for a bomb bag, a hammer, maybe a hook shot to extend this adult segment. Otherwise, I think we'll just be going child after this.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a bomb bag here, considering we did see that hint of Kakariko on the path to King Dodongo. It is kind of difficult for all of your bomb bags to be locked behind a single item, but it's possible. It's entirely possible. And I'm sure that's what our runners are fishing for, but I don't think you'd be unhappy about getting another hit, getting some money, getting another song before heading to child.
And always nice getting that skull mask hint early too.
Ooh, well that's actually interesting. Scale. If that is on the path of King Dodongo, that is making me think that my child one that would involve a nice trip to Lake Hylia.
Yeah, not much that scale is gonna be doing for these racers in their current adult form.
You know, especially with the Zora's River Foolish. If Zora's River was not directly hinted foolish, one might consider going after the few freestanding items out of logic, but we know those aren't anything important.
But good to note, we found Requiem here as well. That could be our path to King Dodongo, but it also grabs us access to the desert.
Yeah, so we have all kinds of ways to get over to the desert, to both sides, between the starting Epona and the easily acquired Requiem Spirit, so we'll have no difficulties getting into GTG.
But just 5 minutes in, and it looks like rockchalk is taking an ever so slight lead. A little quicker movement. Didn't have to navigate that horse. Finding a big chest. Aww.
Getting thoroughly rewarded. Hey, it's one more item you can not be disappointed by later. You just have to update your disappointment expectations as the seat goes on.
That is a bloopy underneath the TARDIS. Right? No? Or could that
That's definitely a bloopy. That's definitely a bloopy.
Okay. Sometimes it's hard to tell with the cosmetics these racers choose.
Yeah, there's definitely some advantages, tactical advantages to be made by your cosmetic choices if you choose to have freestanding cosmetic actually show up on your freestanding items. You can make sure you're choosing things that are not similar to bloopies, for example.
And if you want to make sure that you can see them in places like the waterfall, the volcano, pure yellow.
True, that's a really nice contrast with most of the world. Alright.
We got some fancy rolling, some quick work here. 50 seconds for rockchalk.
Very competent not by race time, rewarded with nothing. Yep, I should have held my tongue there until we saw if that was bomb shoes, but nope, it's nothing.
Does it for the graveyard, that does it for CAC. Let's see what we have at Requiem, and then I think we're going child.
Yeah, I don't think there's too much else you can do as an adult at this point. And I think there might be some argument to hold off on Requiem until you're a child, and I don't know, it looks like Barrel may be opting to save the Requiem play for a child.
Another CAC hint. I think I like rockchalk's
Is that just a bomb bag up
here.
there on the arch?
Yeah, specifically because of that archway. Rockchalk is gonna see that here.
And here is a Song of Storms. That opens a lot of checks.
And he'll know if he needs that bean right away or not.
I'm still pretty pro putting that off because you can't do much of anything except for get the song, and your warps here are not great for getting back to Castletown.
On our way there, though, Barrel's turning in this big pole. What do we got? It's
Magic! Interesting.
Now, we'll have to see our dungeon spread. We'll get that here in a moment. Not much we can do with magic without any spells or arrows.
The magic can be awfully hard to find occasionally. Kakiri to Phantom Ganon. Wait, there's a 30 to hookshot?
I think it did say 30 to hookshot.
Okay.
Deku DC Fire Spirit.
Deku, DC, Fire, Spirit.
Forest and Water.
Yeah, that's a very late forest.
So we do know we'll get 2 strength upgrades, a Mirror Shield, and the Kokiri Sword before we need to jump into the Forest Temple.
Actually had the hammer before he jumped into Forest Temple. The Kakiri Sword is not a light medallion.
Oh, right.
But still, that's actually a very heavy load of things that we need before Forest is in logic. And that also means that the Kokiri Forest of Phantom Ganon could actually be for that magic.
Yeah, you are absolutely right.
Considering that could be just for Spirit Key logic.
So another interesting divergence. Rockchalk coming out to the castle grounds. He's gonna pick up a skull, I imagine. But more importantly, he's setting the time a day. We get to see what our boy Richard has for us.
Starting as a child at night, it's not terrible. Our paths so far have been Kakariko to King Dodongo, and Kokiri Forest to Phantom Ganon.
We do have storms, though, already, so we're not going to be orphaning off that check. We'll get to see that path right away as soon as they get back there.
Yeah, I think that will be something I would be not rushing towards, but moving towards with intent. Because if it is just the magic, that is extremely interesting.
Both of our runners not intending to forget about the small skull count. Picking up their first few skulls early on.
Yeah, and without a hookshot in sight right now, you really want to focus on your child skulls. This is also great that you have this bottle. Oh no, is it the bottle? Is it just to have a bottle?
Never say never.
Could just be to have a bottle. Just had that terrible thought. Until we see another bottle, that could just be why we need that, to have a bottle to get our hookshot to enter forest. It is Kak and Kakiri are our 2 paths so far.
Now, Baron Zora's River, Baron Goron City. But we are gonna see quite a bit of divergence here. Rockchalk is gonna be trapped here inside the market, so he's gonna show us where our child spawn is. Richard giving us a heart. That's nice.
It is also good just to get that out of the way. It's one of those checks that can be surprisingly difficult to route until you see Sunsong. May also be something if you know you have the 30 skulls to deal with. Setting time of day to night is actually a worthy goal in itself.
Shout out to WoodenBarrel providing us our random music for the seed.
Ooh. Well,
another cat hint.
Kakariko to Twin Roba. So as of right now, we've seen a Scale and Requiem.
Technically, Requiem leads us to Storms.
Yep, so regular leaves us to storms. Oh, interesting spawn. Convenient.
Yeah. Both spawns here in the forest.
And rockchalk is kind of picking up that possibility I was laying down with that bottle going towards that hook shot.
Yep. Wasting no time collecting spooters.
When you see a hook shot, and you have water on the table, and there's a possibility of a bottle, go for it.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain that's a bomb bag on top of the arch here. So we'll be looking for some beans.
My other question is, given that we have this kind of nebulous double way of the hero or path hint going on here with Path of King Dodongo and Path of Twin Rova that are both, valid, but potentially not, they're not really solid. When do you think we're seeing chickens?
We are not going to be seeing chickens on the left-hand side of the screen. If we are to see chickens, that will be from rockchalk. I am almost certain.
Yeah. The chickens are oddly polarizing in a way that I don't want to say they shouldn't be, but they are.
Zelda's Lullaby here in the Sacred Forest Meadow from Saria. That's a nice find.
Really good to have. We still haven't found our OOT hint, so getting the really awful ones out of the way is great.
Yeah, I'm just looking at that. I'm looking at storms right below it, and I think we're going to see the bottom of the well here.
We will be seeing the bottom of the well at some point. Provided our last path hint, our last foolish hint is not. Bottom of the well is foolish. So big Poe bottle or magic. Yeah, it's big. This is the big Poe bottle. And that can either be the big Poe bottle for the magic. Entirely possible. It can also be that bottle is required to get the hook shot early. Because it could be that that is required to collect skulls.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it looks like rockchalk has already started thinking about that, because there is a spider, there is a set of bugs in that bottle in his inventory.
Yep. If there's something on 10 or 20 skulls, rockchalk is making good work.
Yeah, rockchalk has a definite edge with the early skull routing. Also, calling out the steel stick here, that is an awesome way to conserve sticks when you're doing skull farming. However, just randomly attacking the wall will also not conserve the stick. So try not to do that.
You gotta mash. You gotta.
Mm-hmm.
So rockchalk will apparently be losing a little bit of his lead to his skull collecting, but we'll have to see if it pays out in the end.
I would barely even say that's losing a lead as far as the path, the long-term arc of the seed, because if you have that hook shot significantly earlier, you are going to have a significant edge. Oh, hey, boat. Nice.
Yep. I would definitely agree with that. We'll have to
particularly
see
since there's no spells in sight.
Yeah, we'll have to see when Barrel makes the play to start collecting those spiders.
Yeah. Where he's standing right now, there isn't easy access to a set of bugs. And he didn't take the time to set time of day and night, which is one thing that I think rockchalk was doing that I didn't think about until just about now. That was very prescient. Was set the time of day to night, abandon the day checks in the market, but set your time of day and night when you start running around the world and get some extra skulls very early as child, because you're looking at doing a whole bunch of child skull hunting if that is in fact your first hookshot.
And so here, there's not a whole lot these runners can do. They could go into Zora's Domain, Lake Hylia, they could go into the bottom of the well, I think is the densest spot, but not a whole lot open to them off the bat.
Yeah, I would probably be considering the trip down to Lake pretty strongly, because we know that scale is interesting, and so is Zora's Domain. So scale, domain, and beans are all interesting. So I would be strongly looking at those locations. And if you take this hike down to Lake that Barrel is doing right now, you can pick up Open Grotto as well, which is pretty easy to orphan. Also, if you do Valley Lake, in Rock's situation where it has been actively going for the soil patch skulls, there's a soil patch down at the bottom of the valley. So if you're going to commit hard to soil patches, Valley Lake would be a natural extension of this play.
I could definitely see rockchalk making that play for sure. Here we are, Open Grotto, Lake Hylia, Big Chest, 50's dead.
What's our... Okay, strength. So yes, we now know that big Poe bottle leads to the hook shot in some way. Or it leads through DC Fire Spirit in some way. Both are possible.
But WoodenBarrel with an immediate prelude back to the market. And rockchalk he's doing that Gerudo Valley play. He's going to pick up 2 more soft soil patches. Time of day might work out where it's back nighttime when he gets to the lake for the Fire Arrow Island.
Now, that's one problem with trying to run around without Sun Song to do early skill collection. You do just have to take them where you can get them.
Meanwhile, it looks like Barrel has set up very nicely. He's going to do Nightcack and Dampe Digging.
That's 4 very easy skulls. The 5th one that you can do with a little bit of trickery. Did you say something about not seeing chickens?
Barrel, what the hell? All right, I'm
seeing chickens.
I am seeing 2 sets of chickens. Just not expecting this from WoodenBarrel. I'm not so certain that's him behind the controller. We'll have to see if he buys a shield. If he buys a shield, my suspicions will be greatly increased.
Is that the point where you think that we have an imposter here? Oh no.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Well, we're seeing lots of chickens now.
That's what you get, Barrel. That's what you fucking get. Ooh, Ice Cavern. Path of something.
I didn't see that because I was too busy being distracted. I didn't see what was path to because I was distracted by chickens. Tagoma. Okay. Everyone keep your eyes up for a slingshot.
Oh yeah, that's an ugly hint.
Most of the time it ends up being towards K-Sword because it's hard for slingshots to be locked behind in a very dense way. But that's not always true. You're committing to the chickens. Even after they objected to their treatment.
Now thinking about it with a double Kakariko path hint, I don't think you can skip chickens.
Yeah, that's exactly what my logic would be. I think that unless you have verified, completed dungeons that you have your path finished, more to the point, if you're in a one-on-one race, it's going to the odds of your opponent doing chickens have just skyrocketed.
Yep, absolutely.
So you almost need to consider doing it as a defensive play.
Yeah, it's fun to meme and all, but this is a serious race.
Ooh, that was a very nice skull collection there on rockchalk's side. That skull is not easy to get without Boomerang.
But he's not making a beeline for that Fire Arrow Island, but he should have plenty of time for that one if he wants it.
Oh, he's at 10 right now. Ooh, that's Din's Fire.
Hey-yo!
This is suddenly becoming interesting.
Now, another thing Barrel's likely to do is pop into the Royal Tomb. Could that Din's Fire be to unlock that check?
Potentially. It can also be for Spirit Key logic.
So all sorts of fun, logical paths that these runners are wrapping their heads around as best they can. But both making really good decisions. High level of play here.
Yeah, that time of day that setup that Barrel did was excellent, making sure he got to Kakariko just before sunset.
Yep.
So now he'll be able to get 4 skulls here, plus the Dompe grave digging check.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's gonna attempt the ladder skull. You can get that with his equipment, but it is tricky.
Yeah, the time investment on climbing that ladder and jumping down with the stick slash is probably a little bit high for the level of skull hunting he's at the moment.
Yep.
If he isn't convinced that that's our first hookshot or our first skull collecting device on 30 skulls, he may be willing to put that off.
And here he's picking up some bugs.
Alright, so now Barrel will be able to start doing what rockchalk has been doing for the past 10-15 minutes, collecting these soil patch skulls. Oh, fire arrows, hello.
Fire, fire, fire.
Yeah, I do agree. I think that chickens is an absolutely fair play, and that's why I said I was expecting to see it.
Yep. But more importantly, we've got 2 fire sources. That is pretty good for spirit logic right there.
Yeah, except for the part where we have Dins, and that means that if Dins is what that ale is pointing to, which not necessarily, but we do think that it is a bomb bag on the arch, that suddenly puts Shadow Temple into play.
Not without our Nocturne, that's somewhere.
Well, we might find it. We have 2 easy checks left for songs. Between the Prelude check, which is just behind a bomb bag, and the check out at Bolero, which is behind either our first hookshot, which is probably approaching something useful, and sorry, I'm just like completely blanking out on words. Sorry.
Well, that might happen when WoodenBarrel drops some bugs in the Royal Tomb.
We're just not talking about the bugs. We're just not talking about them. Oh, Serenade. Okay. Yeah, that was our other easy song check. We had 3 easy song checks. I forgot about that one. But yeah, Bolero and Prelude are both pretty easy to get. And yeah,
Certainly-
like having Serenade is actually pretty good for Barrel. That's a good point. Getting out to that Dins quite easily.
Not only that, but we'll have to get into the water temple eventually.
True.
Just the small chest in the tomb.
Yeah, so all of our fire is not for that. And I mean, you remove the bats and you put bugs in. It's just keeping the balance.
Enemyizer?
Randomizer for OT when?
But that does it for Nightcack. Is Barrel gonna jump into the well with the bomb bag? It's so accessible.
Honestly, with CSMC, it's not a terrible play. All of the bomb lock checks in well can be peaked, so you can determine exactly how screwed you are. And one of them you can do with just strength. So it's not a terrible play, honestly.
Definitely gutsy play.
I don't even think it's that gutsy. It would take 2 age changes to get that bomb bag. And come back to the well.
Yeah, that's a good point.
This is a point of convenience. If you do see a large chest in the bomb lock checks, you can just mark that off in your head mentally and come back and think about routing it back in when you come back to do, say, Hot Rodder or the Goron Pot. You can do the vast majority of this with just ZL and, well, ZL.
And sticks.
And that key, so...
Rockchalk, though, making his way over to Kakariko Village. Time of day not working out for Skulls or Dampe. I think
Right.
he'll be following Barrel into the well.
And we are also going to see chickens. So this is what I meant by doing chickens as a defensive play, because you know, if there was something on chickens, you got a higher probability of having your opponent do it. Alright, Goron City foolish. Good point.
Yeah. The racers are crossing their fingers that they won't have to double dip the well.
Yeah. But again, it's... Looks like that's
that-
nothing.
Yeah.
Maybe? That's... You can peek that chest and see if it's big or small from that side. You can also peek through this wall. The wall is to Barrel's right and see the actual chest texture. But it was pretty blurry right there, so I couldn't tell if it was sticking out of the trash pile.
Thank you, Dr. Jiggs.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate it.
Shoutouts to all the folks behind the scenes, trackers, restreamer, everyone getting this thing going.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely was a late adopter of the CSMC love, and I still think it's just fundamentally a little different. But some of the peaks are really interesting with how they change the game. It does mean that, like, I think well is less risky. Also,
Got some
like, hey, are
cheers.
you concerned about being in well without bombs anymore?
Not from Steve. Thanks, Steve.
Do you know how heartwarming it is to me that someone else has the tendency to just name things Steve when they don't know what to call them? Because that's what I do too.
Very fast chickens from Rockchalk. Already
Rewarded with
6
not
hearts.
much, but maybe a little peace of mind.
We go 10 skulls. Will the hunting pay off? Nope.
Not yet. Still, being at 10 already, when you, this is like a 30-minute 10 skulls with the only equipment for collecting being a bottle? Quite impressive.
He hasn't even done Night Cack either.
Yeah, extremely impressive given that, considering, you get a nice 5 skull drop there. And now Barrel will be heading out of logic. Well, it's in logic. We know where some explosives are, but this is behind bombs. All of this is behind bombs. Now, I believe, considering what Barrel is doing here, he is telegraphing this was a big chest. They're looking for a hook shot on 30 skulls.
Yeah, we found 40 and 50 dead, but there's our Kakariko sword. So that actually, we might not see Ice Cavern after all.
Yeah, so ice must be for... I see no actual way that... Yeah, ice has to be for a slingshot.
Or something that leads to a slingshot. You know, it would be quite terrible if it was like the boomerang and Ice Cavern for a slingshot and Jabu. Or, you know, hammer and Ice Cavern that you need anyway.
Yes, it is a bomb-locked key in bottom of the well. However, I think we concluded that there is a bomb bag sitting on the top of the arch out at Requiem, which is fully in logic with our current kit.
Yep.
Just, we don't want to go get it because it would involve 2 age changes to come back to the well.
Yeah, plus, Zor's River is barren. We really don't want to go there unless we absolutely have to.
Because it is very, very important to know that that was in fact bomb locked.
Yep, still no Ocarina of Time hint.
Yeah, no T hint. Although it looks like it's probably not going to be the world's most important hint, most important item.
I hope you just knocked on some wood there.
My entire desk is wood. We're fine. What are our options that it could be? We could have Suns, Time, Bolero, and Shadow. And well, Nocturne, but Nocturne can't be it. Because we already know where our adult spawn is. So, I think if it was Bolero, it wouldn't be required. Because the only condition that you can require Bolero is hover boots lock the item on the volcano locks the hover boots. And Shadow is one of our stones, so it has to be either Suns or Time.
The power of deduction.
It's a nice game to sit back and just think about the seed instead of having to play while I think.
Not a luxury for these racers. WoodenBarrel is here at the lake. I think he's thinking about that silver scale he picked up in Kakariko. Rockchalk never took the dive down to Zora's Domain.
I do find an interesting choice. You know, see, this is again, this is why you're the pretty one in this co-op relationship, Katie.
Thought you were talking about me for a second.
If you want to be the pretty one, you can.
Nope, definitely not the pretty one.
My co-op partner is saying we shouldn't think, so you know. It is interesting where we're going to see our runners go next at this moment.
Likely the Deku Tree. I think
Deku Tree, definitely.
His way. I think he's going to do Domain and then maybe use some of those chews in the Lost Woods because his spawn point is right outside the Deku Tree. It wouldn't be a bad idea to safe scum those chews in the Lost Woods.
Yeah, Domain would be a good option here. I think either Domain or walking up the field would be an equally good option. And I definitely think that, now that I just remember that the Kokiri Sword exists, you definitely the Deku Tree clear. But it depends on what we get in Deku Tree, honestly.
Yep. After that, they might decide to pop into Spirit Temple. Out of logic without a slingshot or a boomerang, but we'll be picking up those chews. There's no way rockchalk has missed those.
Yeah, with those bomb chews, and the fact that you are a child right now, you do want to try and be as efficient as you can with your age changes. It is a very good point that it would probably be on their mind to just check your first, at least check your first two, checks in Child Spirit while you're at it, because you will need to do those. Also plant that bean. So I don't see a wallet on the table, and 10 chews is a little bit tight for an entire seed.
I also don't see WoodenBarrel taking the pathway into Domain. He's going right for the Deku Tree.
Yeah, I don't hate that. Being able to just get straight towards your progression, plus this skull, but...
Unfortunately, it's still Light Medallion.
Yeah, so it does progression, it does finish the game, but it doesn't get you anything else interesting. We'll also probably see these two hint stones here from Barrel, at least one of them. Deku Tree.
I certainly hope
maybe
so.
not. Guess not. I was gonna say this is actually one of the things about closed Deku is that you may or may not see those hint stones. Since those hint stones, if you're in an open Deku situation, are often one of the first ones you encounter. But you might not see those until after Forest Temple or until late Deku Tree. But this is the early enough Deku Tree that I would have checked those. We're still missing a couple of important hints.
Definitely.
I don't think I've seen any sometimes, or I'm just blind, but that's also entirely possible.
Yeah, I think Ravaged Villages is sometimes it.
Oh, it is, yes. I marked that one, of course. I just marked that in the song part.
But otherwise, I think you're right.
Yeah, we've seen extremely few. And we're still missing a path, and we're missing a Foolish, and we're missing... As we've determined, Alchemy of Time is less concerning, but still, you'd like to know. And
What?
Bigoron, have we seen Bigoron?
Yeah, we have. We've seen
Okay.
Bigoron dead.
Bigoron's dead? Great.
But we are definitely jamming here to the tunes WoodenBarrel's got here in the Deku Tree. At least I am.
Yeah. I'm so reliant on audio cues that I do not use custom music, but I really enjoy when people do. It's very pleasing to listen to. Ooh, is it 2 big chests in this room?
Yeah, spicy.
Maybe Deku Tree is going to get us moving. Or it'll just be crap, who knows? Okay,
Hello.
light arrows. This
Not
is
gonna
crap,
need
but it
those for
doesn't
a
really do
couple hours.
much.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not a big chest, but there is a skull over here. Okay, barrel's a 12. Which is, I would not be unhappy about typically, but knowing that rockchalk has been pushing the skulls a little more aggressively does have him at a little bit of a disadvantage when it comes to that hook shot. Oh, that's very smooth.
Yep.
That's definitely one that I'm...
Arrows. Colossus. One of the hands has some arrows.
Left hand, so that is the Vanilla Mirror Shield chest, adult side.
Funny. Was that both? That was like another Colossus hint.
I just looked away because my partner just got home and was inspecting and just realized the bird bath was frozen over and I was laughing at it. Was that in fact a left hand shot?
was Colossus one hand? One of the hands. It'd be funny if they're both there. But again, WoodenBarrel wouldn't miss out too much. We're gonna complete Spirit Temple eventually. So he'll likely see those two chests.
Yeah, but if you went into Spirit Temple as a child, that would save you a little bit of time climbing up to the hand if it was right hand.
Yep. Boss number 1, Queen Goma. Is this even rando? Going for the double nut strat, gets the one cycle.
Very smooth. And we have a medallion on a tracker.
One down, 6 to go. Another Pizza Heart.
Considering which hint we're missing, it's even more surprising to me that Barrel did not go for those hints at the back of Deku Tree, because we're missing a hint for Volvagia. Now, the way that the path hints will select is they'll try and give you 5 different paths, so paths to 5 different locations. And right now we have no hint for Volvagia or Morpha.
Yeah, those are 2 good hints to get for path.
One thing that might be nice is if, say, it was GTG path to Morpha, where there is a trick where you can avoid using a hookshot. And the hookshot just happened to be there. The second hookshot happened to be logically locked behind a hookshot. Perhaps it would make sense to go push GTG out of logic. There is a chew pack on the small chest behind Dead Hand in the well. Both of our runners have it.
Yep, both of our runners have gotten those chews out, and I think Barrel is using them here.
Well, another hint for us to look at. Perhaps an interesting item.
It's a big boy.
Well, it's interesting.
Another Skull Mask dead hint. Hey,
Well,
big boy
I'll keep
sword.
that. Yeah, I'd keep that. Having done none of the adult fights.
Absolutely. We'll see if he decides to do a save after this skull. Get an idea if he wants to scum these chews or if he's just going for broke.
Yeah, there's 2 different schools of thought on that one, considering you can spend a lot of time with saving and reloading, particularly if you're running on VC. I have not been paying attention to the I just mentioned this, I don't remember if I've seen that you should use the classic controller on Barrel's side. But on the other hand, those 10 shoes could go a long, long way to breaking it through the seed.
But now we're seeing a little bit of the time that rockchalk did earlier. Some of the checks getting those skulls early.
Yep. Thank you for making me notice that, Jay. Thank you. The fact that the FPS exists.
Hey, yo,
Hammer.
there's a hammer.
Did I mention something about wanting to know about the path to Volvagia?
Yeah, that's not going to be useful anymore. Unless it tells you something about hover boots.
Hovers.
Oh, no, never mind.
Yeah. Well, considering we have that very questionable Din's Fire, I would not be unhappy to know where my hover boots were.
Well, looks like Rockchalk is taking those shoes. He's doing some Child Spirit. If he can get in the hole. As
Hey,
Barrel
more
finds
shoes.
more shoes.
Very nice.
So that will
And
be enough
Barrel will be right
explosive.
behind him.
Yeah. Well, definitely enough explosives between the extra 5 chews and the hammer. Might not ever see that bomb bag pick up.
May also see an out-of-logic bomb bag at this rate.
Alright, we do have a
Yes.
small key going up further likely.
Yes, we have a hook shot on 30 skulls and a bottle in a Wave of the Hero, a location that is path to Phantom Ganon. So our runners have decided that, you know what, let's just go for it. And I think I agree with them, to be honest.
I think we'll have to find either the boomerang or the other hook shot before we can get all the way up to 30.
I will say this is one of the things I am weakest at is the skull counting, because most of my early competitive experience was all in settings that were limited up to 30 skulls. But I think that with our current access, and if that is a bomb bag, we may be okay. Particularly since we now know that bombs lead to hammer.
We do have a big chest. Oh, did he already
That
open
was that is Furor's win, which doesn't really open much up.
Nice
but-
stab.
Yeah, I will not complain about it.
We see 2 different strats for hitting the switch with a
No, I
chew.
Yeah, I didn't know you could do it from that direction. I always go to the wall.
Yep, that's a little bit easier. You don't have to count flashes. But Barrel obviously comfortable enough to get it first try.
Honestly, whichever strategy you can. Right.
There's key number 2. Gets us out to the hand.
Which we do believe is not actually relevant. If we saw that hint correctly.
Definitely saw one of those hints correct.
I'm sure about the left hand.
How is the seed so far? It's not looking too shabby. We got 1 medallion down. We've got a whole bunch of items. We started off adult. Didn't get a whole lot other than a big Poe in a bottle. We got a hook shot on 30 skulls. But we don't know what our OOT song is yet. I think it's either Song of Storms, or not Storm, Song of Time or Sun Song.
It almost certainly has to be Song Time or Sun Song. And at the moment, it looks like that 30 skull hookshot is what is bottlenecking us. The one thing that is questionable is what our path hints are in Kakariko. Right hand dead, we believe we saw right hand behind the Deku Tree. Please have a left and right hand behind the Deku Tree.
Rockchalk is the first, though, going back adult.
Well, with his current loadout of bomb chews, he'd rather comfortably go through Dinago's Cavern. It was 2 hand hints, okay.
I think nowhere better for rockchalk to go right now than up to Dodanga's Cavern. Might stop off for some archery and Kakariko first.
You can also pick up a couple of more skulls while you're there. Pretty
Barrel,
easily skull in this location. Refreshing his flame storage?
No, I meant equipping Nehru's love.
Oh. He has a heart and 3/4, and he did not check the hand hints. He's
gonna play it safe.
Particularly since he just got tagged by a Beamos.
This might be the first time Nehru's Love has been used in a standard tournament setting. Not 100% sure on that, but...
Hey, gold scale.
Okay, Redead's paying out.
The hammer is in the scrubs outside of Sacred Forest Meadow and Lost Woods. Might be just get your health back.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
Although it looks like you got through just fine. You know what? Take advantage of Neighbor's Love if you have it.
Absolutely. Always remember, you should Zooter safely. If you're,
dying is slow. OoTR Sun Song. There we go.
There it is.
And it looks like we're going to see Barrel go check the fairy fountain out here. Which I don't think we saw out of...
Yeah, correct. He might also opt to do a little reverse Wasteland as Child. Show off a little bit.
Well, if you do the visual cue Wastelands, more or less the same thing, just... that it would be kind of telegraphing that you're not planning on going to GTG for a while. Where was fire? Yes. No, there is a Din's fire. Oh, hi.
Well, that's curious.
Interesting. Ice to Goma. I guess that thing on top of Arch isn't
might
a
not
bomb bag.
be a bomb bag, yeah.
Maybe it's a wallet? Or maybe I just can't see anything. Again, that must not be a bomb bag, because otherwise that makes no sense. That's extremely interesting. This also makes a runner's plays to do things without taking into account what we assumed was a bomb bag more. Kakiri's sword was bomb locked in bottom of the well. Behind keys.
Yeah, good luck wrapping your brain around this logic.
The scale was easily accessible in Windmill.
Yeah,
I am
in the Windmill.
Extremely convinced that we're going to be seeing... I'm just convinced that cannot, in fact, be the bomb bag, and I just missaw it the first time. Storms is absolutely in logic. Storms is was on Requiem.
Yep,
and Requiem was in the Windmill. Have we seen DMT storms yet?
We have not. We've not been anywhere near there, especially with Goron City being foolish.
No bomb bag and ice? I'm assuming that's what it has to be. I'm assuming our bomb bag is in ice. And then, like, all of this Gale, Requiem, Din's Fire nonsense leads you to Rudos. Or there's Rudos on 20. That would absolutely make sense as well. Or on... Did Nava had... Did rockchalk do I'm sorry, Abdama. I was like reading your analysis and just said your name. Did rockchalk check archery?
I don't think he did. He did the Redead Grotto, and I think he just went straight up the mountain.
I guess it could also be on Lab Dive or in Tech Grotto, neither of which we've... Wait, not Tech Grotto is bum locked.
So is the Redead Grave.
Yep, that's true. Never mind. Belay that. So 20 or... There's shooting gallery. Or it's something with this weird complex we have going on with first scale leading to Shadow Temple or Requiem leading to dorms.
There's a handful of Sphere Zero checks that we haven't done, or early spheres. Wall and Death Mountain Crater, for example. But I think it's going to be a little bit before we fit all the puzzle pieces together.
Yeah, this one's going to be quite interesting to untangle. Definitely want to see those two early checks within Kakariko. We also know Burning Cack is hinted. Happy 1 hour, everybody. We know Burning Cack is hinted, so it's not Burning Cack. And we've seen chickens. It's not chickens.
Yep.
Alright. So, we're an hour in. We're headed into Dinago's Cavern and through Goron City to take care of a skull, but not to do anything else, I'm assuming. Maybe check hints. So...
We might open the pathway into the crater.
Yeah, open the pathway, check hints. Yeah, so... I guess it's probably time to do a shout-out. See if I can remember the commands. So, thank you to our runners, WoodenBarrel and rockchalk, for allowing their match to be restreamed and showing off all this cool play for us. Thank you to... what's the trackers? Am I doing that?
Got Mighty Mouse and Lord Xenu.
Yeah, thank you. And, August 40th, thank you for commentating with me.
Yeah, thanks for dipping out of work early.
Shh. I definitely did not dip out of work early. Nothing happened.
It's only a problem if your supervisors are watching ZSR.
That's the problem. I'm effectively pretty much my own boss, which is great until you realize that your boss is a jerk.
You said it, not me. Barrel showing us our first peek into the crater. Can't get across the bridge, but we can peek at the volcano, maybe. Maybe not.
We'll probably take a look from the top, considering you can't go to the Bolero check with his current equipment.
The dinosaur is down. The rockchalk. He's got himself a green cookie, a free song in the Temple of Time,
and 2 bomb shoes, which is a little sketchy.
That's a nut.
That is a difficult peak, and all that for a nut.
And pizza on the volcano.
Yo! Hello, hookshot. That was worth spending those shoes.
Definitely.
That will speed up the remaining the remaining skull collection quite a bit.
And that will easily be our long shot on 30.
Wonder where our... Yeah, that does say interesting things about our... Let's say interesting things about where that bomb bag is. I really want to know. Please check everything else for me. Just for me. Just check the rest of the stuff, rockchalk.
We did.
Not because you need to get it.
We did have a Kakariko Path to Dodongo hint.
Yes. What's been found in Kak so far has been a silver scale and Requiem of the Spirit.
And a gold scale.
The gold scale is behind bombs. So that could, I guess theoretically, that could be a part of the Oh, hi.
Hey, all hail, it's Lord Banana, rescued from the clutches of the archery minigame.
That actually could be our path to Rova.
Yeah, very true. It's 20
If
just
bombs are somewhere deep. Oh god, ew. No, unlikely. Unlikely. That would mean there had to be something inside of... Requiem would be path to Rova. Requiem could absolutely be path to Rova. It would just sort of depend on... We haven't seen Hide or Hair of Lens, so we just don't know yet.
And some time in the temple.
Well, Requiem is path to Rova. Requiem definitely is path to Rova.
Ooh, big boy chest, Juke's chest. It's a mirror shield.
Need that?
So there
Also
has
behind bombs.
So I think there has to be
Something in that Javu is stone. Something in this weird complex in Kakariko leads to bombs, and that just unlocks everything. I still think that the scale is so likely, and what I'm thinking, my strong feelings of the moment is that you probably should have dove through to do child domain. Neither of our runners opted to do that.
Yep. So rockchalk should find his hammer. No, unless he's going in forest first.
Yeah.
Breaking logic. Nope, never mind.
I mean, honestly, I think that finishing forest would be a decent idea.
Yeah,
Could find an extremely out of logic bomb bag there. There's several easily accessible skull. Oh, never mind. He might be doing that. Actually, he might be doing just that. Just we don't have Sunstorm because we're never getting it, ideally. And there are some skulls that you can get in the forest area that are night only.
Yep. I think we're gonna see the Deku Theater Scrub lobby. Barrel is doing some Armo strats here.
Ooh, for 30? I mean, he doesn't know that he's about to get the hook shot. I guess that's fair. Rockchalk about to get... Oh no, Rockchalk! That's a 10-pack!
I think that was just 5.
No, that was a 10-pack.
Oh, yep, you're right. But the hammer is right behind him.
Oh, and he left the hammer.
He might go back for that one. But the longer it takes him to get that, the better it is for Mr. WoodenBarrel. This is also not a very fun skull to try to get.
It's only funny because we know it's there. Oh yeah, he is broke, okay.
Oh,
he could have farmed that up by going in and out when he went in and out of the hole.
Yeah, that's it. So hopefully rockchalk can get back to the Lost Woods before it's too late.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's actually one of the things that you notice. Also, can I point out the 7 arrows in a rockchalk's quiver right now? This is one of those things that people do not appreciate very much about CSMC until they find themselves there. You run out of consumables. You run out of money. You run out of arrows. You run out of bombs. You run out of Deku nuts.
Especially if you shoot like 5 or 6 arrows out of Skulltula and just keep missing.
Yeah, you definitely, that's the really difficult part of CSMC. People think it's going to be the low health. Health is mitigatable. Health is just don't get hit. You still need to use consumables to get through the game. Listen, I started out, the first random I played was Link to the Past. I just like damage boost slightly less than I'm used to in Ocarina of Time, and I'm fine.
Zelda 1 was my first rando, so you just need money for that one.
Yeah.
Well, if we find a vanilla bow here in the Forest Temple, it's not terrible, but we're looking for some other stuff. We're looking for another strength upgrade. Iron boots.
An out-of-logic bomb bag would be wonderful. Because then you
would
could
be
just
something.
bypass all of whatever is going on with the go get your bomb bag in ice, which is what realistically it looks like what's happening, but Bruno's letter has to be someplace shallow at that rate. Potentially it's in fire, because I'm sure you could collect 30 if you were motivated with the layout we had.
Can't get into fire without that hookshot off King Dodongo.
That's what I meant by if you were motivated, you can get it with the hookshot off 30.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Just, I don't want to get it with the hookshot off 30 if I would rather get the hookshot off King Dodongo. This is something where having that lucking into that hammer is really going to benefit Barrel, because you can just not use those chews.
Well, it'll be a benefit if he uses it to his advantage. He doesn't use it until rockchalk gets it. It's, that advantage disappears.
Well, he's already been putting it to good use inside of Dodongo's cavern.
Yeah, very true.
Using it to save good bits of time over the toss a bomb flower and shoot an arrow at it, which also saves arrows, also saving consumables. The hammer is just wonderful to use just because of its thrift, if nothing else.
Rockchalk just finished up this first loop, peeking at the chest in the well there.
It always seems that when I remember to peek that chest, it's something I need to go get, and when I forget to peek it, it's something I don't need. It's inevitable.
But despite it not being so straightforward in logic, for these racers, the seed seems to be fairly straightforward. Go into the well, get your Kakiri sword, jump into the Deku Tree, do Dodongo's cavern out of logic.
Collect skulls along the way.
Yep.
So far, this seems to give you plenty to do. Ooh, RF 26, very nice. Unfortunately, I won't be able to drop in with a perfect 30 at the bottom of the mountain when you finish Dodongo's cavern, which is still a wonderful feeling when you can do that. But with the hookshot, that'll be pretty easy to rush those last 4. And honestly, might see Barrel follow Rock right into Forest Temple. And Tessie Rose, good question. The answer is it's random, right, in these current settings. It's random whether you start as adult or child, and the location is random.
If you get a little bit of a teaser from the file select menu, whether you start with the Master Sword there or not.
In this case, we had an adult start.
Yep, in the Lost Woods Bridge. Pretty convenient spot.
Yeah, I think I'd agree that however your edge. I think I would agree with that. This point is so early in the seed that it's very difficult to say.
I don't know, after missing that bomb throw.
Oh yeah, 3 cycle King Dodongo, absolutely devastating. I miss that all the time with strength too.
Yeah. At least he's not using Neri's luck.
I don't know. It's a pretty fearsome boss. You can't one cycle him.
Rockchalk making real good use of the other spells that we've gotten. Ferris Wind's pretty nice to have, especially early on.
Yeah, there's so many alternative routes you can do through Forest Temple, particularly when you're augmented with Ferris Wind. There's this like long-running meme that as an observer, Forest Temple is very boring. Okay, look, a big chest. 1 second. Another slingshot. Cool. We know that one is...
That's locked behind
equally-
fire and spirit.
Yeah. That is... And that's definitely behind bombs, because spirit's behind bombs. So, there's a hook shot for Barrel. But as a runner, you actually get to make a lot of interesting choices. You can make a bunch of interesting choices moving through at least the first part of Forest Temple. Rockchalk is about to enter the part of Forest Temple where Brain Off Forest On is going to happen. Right after he finishes this room. That's where Forest becomes linear and you just finish the dungeon. But up until this point, you actually do get to make some pathing decisions and calls going through Forest, and it's not as boring as it seems from a spectator side.
Yeah, I always like seeing a runner get that early key, doing the Floor Master chest right away, and taking that route over through the well.
Usually you have hover boots, so you don't even have to push the block.
Shoutouts to Pokemon in our mini games.
Alright, and there is a boomerang for Barrel. This is a lot of just stuff in Kakariko that is very helpful to have.
Yep.
Yeah. I do agree that the path to Rova, the most obvious interpretation of that is going to be the Requiem of Spirit, since we do know we have a small key on Child's side, therefore, by key logic, you must have the Requiem of Spirit to complete it. There's a lot of other things that could go wrong.
Yep, there are a lot of things inside Kakariko here. 2 scales, Requiem, Lord Banana.
Where are you going with all of that, Barrel?
He is getting his Song of Time from the Temple of Time, so it's a pretty good place for it, I think.
Very appropriate, agreed.
Meanwhile, Rockchalk at the halfway mark here in the Forest Temple. But Barrel has done Death Mountain Crater, except for the songs. Done a little bit of Death Mountain Trail. And it looks like he's grabbing his Scarecrow. So he's got Fire Temple on the brain.
Potentially also looking at... Yeah,
Or
that's
he
actually
might
a good thought, going towards Fire Temple.
He might also have that gold scale on his mind that he just picked up.
Yes, I would absolutely, as long as I'm standing here, a little bit to the right of Lab Dive, I would stop in.
Yeah, not only is it a check, it's another
Or
skill.
not. Or you're just gonna go do... Just go do your progression.
Yeah, scratch that. Alright, that's all
Ice
of our magic
arrows.
arrows, all of our magical spells. Just missing the Lens of Truth.
Yeah, this will be an easy finish for Skulls here for Barrel, I believe. I believe he was...
Yep.
20... Oh yeah, this will easily finish Skulls for Barrel here. The hammer is in these scrubs outside of the Sacred Forest Meadow are selling it. For $40, you too can have a legendary hammer. Limited time only, some exclusions may apply.
should be finding some chests here. Is this small boy? Yep.
Open this chest because you will be waiting here for it to rise anyway. Just walking right back. Very nice. Absolutely pointless, but looks really cool. The best kind of tricks.
Tension is mounting. Is there going to be anything here in the Forest Temple, or is it going to be completely dead?
Yes, considering where it sits in logic, it has to be behind... Well, it has to be behind another strength upgrade and... At very least, a wallet or a Goron tunic. So we're still missing a good bit of the kit required. And let me just put the giant required air quotes into place to enter here. So what could be in here that we'd be interested in? Irons? And I mean, I think people may know my opinion about irons.
I mean, we have a gold scale long shot already. So.
Exactly. That's my opinion about irons. There's just very little that could be in here of interest. This is just a matter. This is really a play of Forest has to get done at some point in this seed. Forest rarely gets faster, and the things that can make it go faster are going to get you all of what? A minute save at most. And if you find something like, Malcolm was saying irons are hard required for wind tunnel. If you find hovers in here, well, one, you're climbing the top of fire and you'll just make a sad face. But also you'll know that you're really probably not ending up in Shadow Temple, which is really, really strong.
I think the best thing they could hope to find here would be a strength 3.
Ooh, a strength 3 would be very, very good. Will Phantom Ganon have that for us? Because that's a small chest behind that Skulltula.
Fast approaching the Phantom Horse Pig. Is it half horse, half pig? Or is it half ghost, half horse pig? Who knows?
I certainly don't. I can barely count you. Now you want me to do fractions?
Yeah, math is always a bad choice on stream. Can Rockjock get the 1 cycle?
The 1 cycle with a Master Sword is extremely impressive and also saves so little time you very rarely see people go for it.
Yeah, that will be WoodenBarrel's advantage here, going through the rest of these dungeons. He's got that big boy sword.
Yeah, that Master Sword... The Master Sword to Big Round Sword difference is pretty marked when it comes to being able to 1 cycle. There are some things you absolutely cannot 1 cycle without it, and there's some things that require significant tricks. There are some things where, yes, you can do it.
But it's going to be more difficult.
Well, looks like the answer is that Forest is deep enough in logic that it's not even going to give us any information. But it gives us a very required item.
It also gives us a little little peek into rockchalk's thinking. He doesn't need that extra heart container. He's good on his 6.
6 in a bottle is pretty substantial. The only reason I would be interested in having hearts beyond maybe beyond 5 or 6 is heat timer or drown. More importantly, drown timer. And if I don't intend on going into Central Pillar, because why would I hunt for irons? I don't need to worry about drown timer.
So rockchalk going back to the castle grounds, setting time of day to midnight. And I think he's going back for that Skulltula in the Lost Woods.
There's also the one on top of the house in Kakariko Forest.
I think one of them's already gotten that one. But more importantly, hopefully, he picks up his hammer.
All right. We'll see if he goes for the hammer. He still doesn't have enough money, so we would be seeing a farm for it. Which does not seem to be telegraphing here.
I mean, but the Skull Kids, they're right here.
Alright, we are looking for our 30 skull hookshot, which Barrel is nearly at. Rockchalk is making good progress towards that as well. Oh, doing this nonsense.
Yep. Skipping out on the hammer.
Oh, it looks like Rockchalk is showing off a new trick. Being able to open up the passage from Lost Woods to Goron City from that side with the bow.
Very nice setup for Link the Goron there. Oh, did WoodenBarrel fall down?
No, he did that intentionally. He skipped the first Dolphos room and went up to... and then dropped down, and used the Furrow's Wind to come back to do this room. Because this room will not activate if you have not done the room below it.
Very nice. You were talking about the different routing options in Forest, and WoodenBarrel showing us that live.
Furrow's Wind early is awesome to see, because of that.
Both runners making sure they check this Metagoron hint.
Well, find that left-hand hint again. We saw behind the Deku Tree, so therefore we do know that was a right-hand hint, okay.
Yep.
I'm not doubting you, Chad, I literally just saw a blur of words, so having that extra confirmation is great for me.
What, because chat's never been wrong before?
What? Chappy and unreliable narrator? Never.
That song and the creator is Vanilla.
So, that leaves us with Nocturne is in... Oh, disgusting. Nocturne is in ice.
Yeah, that's what that means.
Now that is questionable.
Well, we know Ice Cavern is the path to Goma. Didn't say nothing about Bongo.
Bongo will not have a path. Kakiri's sword was bomb locked in the well, and our slingshot was bomb locked out at. Our slingshots that we've seen so far are both bomb locked. I'm wondering very strongly about that thought about that Din's fire, and going into Shadow. If there is a bomb bag in early Shadow. In which case, I don't think anyone's getting that.
Yeah, at this point, WoodenBarrel's going to come out of the Forest Temple. He'll be able to clear Fire and Water Temple. Rockchalk's in that same boat. Just missing a strength upgrade for the Spirit Temple. And potentially we're one away from go. All hinges on that central pillar.
Central pillar is definitely going to matter. We're needing another strength upgrade. Yeah. Honestly, I am a little concerned on Rockchalk's side because it looks like that first logical bomb bag is in a horrendous location, and I've not seen a wallet, and he walked past another one of the packs of shoes. And with one bomb shoe remaining, I don't know what... I don't think you can actually finish... The odds that you're going to finish your dungeons on one shoe with this current layout is extremely low, even if you do find the hammer. This is an extremely out-of-date BS command. I'm sure that's BS, but it's not the BS we have today.
Yeah, but there is the 30th skull here for Rockchalk. Not a whole lot the long shot does for him, other than get him inside the water temple. See if we need iron boots. Is that where he's taking us? Stay tuned here on CSR.
Well, an hour 30 for plus 3 medallions on that collection clip for your 30 skulls. Particularly since most of that was done without your first that out of logic hook shot. Very strong.
And we're gonna see the fire temple.
Fire dip on his side, if anything.
Right, you're right. Never mind. He might be going to ice.
I think ice. You have one bomb. You have one explosive. You have no way to get more. You maybe have backed yourself into a corner with needing to go for that bomb bag.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Which is a major advantage that Barrel will have if that's the case.
Shows you the power of opening just one extra small chest.
Or not. Where are we headed?
Skulls? No, he just got
skulls are done.
Oh, he's getting his big
getting
sword.
this big chest.
Oh, the mirror shield. Never mind. That's what this is.
It's like, you know, I have to check this big chest. You need that one.
He really doesn't want it.
Well, he needs it, but he can't keep it right now because he has.
Yeah.
But he knows it's there. Yeah,
Well,
he's backed himself into a corner here. He needs that. He needs to get some more explosives.
All right, here's Serenade. We're gonna see Adult Lake before Water Temple.
Never acquire a mirror shield. I think this might just be a straight into Water Temple. Then you can do Shoot the Sun and everything else afterwards.
Yep.
Also, I am highly pro this.
All right, get your guesses, chat. Are we gonna need the central water pillar? Are we gonna need those iron boots, or can we clear the water temple without it? Are these runners good enough? That's a fact.
I believe. I believe that we'll be able to gold scale water.
I believe. All right, Phantom Horse Pig down for WoodenBarrel, picking up that heart container. He wants one more.
Honestly, 7 is a really, really comfortable number for doing Fire Temple.
Rockchalk not using wind strats here in the Water Temple.
Given how far you are in the seed at this point, I would probably go mode water.
I think you got to set for his win though.
Well, you said for his win, which means that I would be planning on go moding it.
Barrel might be doing fire.
Hitting that's disgusting, and I think it's possible. Give me a moment.
First check, just a small key. I think there was a small key in the cracked wall. Don't know why he's opening it.
Yeah, you probably could get another key somewhere else and not burn your last chew.
But that's why rockchalk is here in the tournament, and we're just in the commentator's booth.
Yeah, sure he has his reasoning here. Ooh, going to be throwing a gainer or two, which, considering I'm about 50% consistent on that, and that looked very confident. Other reasons why rockchalk is here. In the meantime, we're going to be seeing Barrel head into
the burning ring of fire. See how far he has to climb up. Nice spin attack. That is probably the quickest I've seen that room done.
Yeah, that room always takes me way longer than it should. Yeah. That would be that's what I was thinking, Namaha, that if you're scumming that shoe, you'll have to do a lot more water lowering than I'm really comfortable with. Goodbye, shoes. Goodbye, rockchalk's explosives.
Yeah, he's crossing his fingers for that second bomb bag. Or some more chews.
Little does he know.
That jump is probably one of the hardest parts of doing gold scale water. That and the dragon mouth.
The dragon is definitely the hardest. The long shot is on... What is this? What are you? Ooh. Ooh, now this is spicy. Well, he was gonna be keeping that anyway. Although now he does need explosives.
Yeah, he can't get his mirror shield now.
He can't get his mirror shield. He can't get the top of... He couldn't get through spirit.
Yeah, it's looking good for Mr. WoodenBarrel here in the Fire Temple. 2 small keys from the first 2 chests.
And yes, and our other hookshot was on King Daga. And how...
Oh, hey, yeah. We don't have to climb deep fire. At least not yet.
The odds of a hover's locked fire are high. That's interesting.
Yes, but with that silver gauntlets here in the Water Temple, we might be in go mode.
Well, no mode.
Right. No Tunic Barrel's gonna stop off for a fairy. Just more keys here in the Water Temple for rockchalk.
I've just been leaving bugs in just really inappropriate places all day, haven't we? Well,
More small key.
now you can go do the Dark Link loop, although there will be at most 1 item up there. Oh wait, no, we know that it's a small key on River Chest.
WoodenBarrel first to his 4th boss fight. Taking out the dragon. Will we see some chew strats?
Yeah, I think Barrel's down to 6 chews. And with longsword, with a Bigoron sword and bow, you can absolutely do a 2-cycle.
It looks like that's the strat he's opting for. Oh, a nice hit right out of the mole.
Yeah, that will be absolutely enough.
Yeah, got one hit with the bow, and there's the second. And a spin attack back in, making it look easy. He's not even going to need that fairy.
And if you're trying to figure out if you've done enough damage to take Volage down, does she come up out of the hole 3 times? And that was 3, it just came out of the same hole twice.
And I can't think of anything better for WoodenBarrel to do than to try his gold scale water. Confirm whether he'll need those iron boots or not. There's a wallet on Volage. Huh.
Huh. Ooh, and that's actually even sketchier for Rock, considering that we know there has to be another wallet out there somewhere in the world, or a Goron Tunic out there in the world for that to be in logic. But that means that there's one less way to buy a choose or to get more explosives.
Barrel not playing Serenade. Could this be our place into the Ice Cavern? I hope not.
Yeah, Barrel has not actually turned in his 30 skulls yet.
Oh, yep, that's a much better idea.
It's a little difficult to head into a Water Temple without iron boots when you don't have a long shot. You can get in, you just can't do much of anything.
Speaking of not much of anything,
Dragon or Central Pillar, oh dear.
Yeah.
I wonder if rockchalk will actually use the peek you can do here to see what's in the dragon chest.
He is. Yeah, it's a big boy.
Oh, but that's not a oh dear.
Yeah, we need iron boots. Could those be the iron boots?
No, they cannot be the iron boots. I'm disgusted by this seed. Invalid seed, get rid of it.
Could be a bomb bag.
Bomb bag would be very, very good for Rock right now.
Very good. No,
or give me the lens. Huh. Interesting. We know a place that irons aren't.
Yeah, confirmed. We need those iron boots. Technically, we need the hovers too, but we don't care about those.
We might care about those.
There is Serenade for WoodenBarrel as rockchalk is out of there.
Yeah, and I think after that...
Yep, here's ice.
I think we'll see Barrel grab his strength upgrade and my great disappointment in this seed. Whoever rolled this, you have violated all my principles in life. I wouldn't chase Spirit for Irons, but you can complete a medallion dungeon. I think you complete the medallion dungeon and then worry about it afterwards, you know?
Yep. But kind of exciting, we're going to get to see what is on the path to Goma here in Ice Cavern. Very likely just a bomb bag. But will rockchalk opt to do the whole thing, pick up his Nocturne, or get his bomb bag and bounce?
Yeah, I hope that you get the Nocturne here, considering how questionable that entire cluster of things around Kakariko is. I don't I think it might be a false economy to skip out on your your Nocturne of Shadow.
Hey, there's our Frog's 2 hint.
Yeah, unfortunately, we kind of knew that wasn't important from the beginning because always hints are covered within their foolish areas.
Nice King Zora skip, second
Very
try.
nice. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Barrel did not do the cracked wall.
Missed the gainer.
Well, he didn't even go for it.
We didn't go for it. Ooh.
So that's gonna cost him a little bit of time.
Yeah, he's gonna have to be digging through here for... I think he'll probably... That means his route will probably end with the boss key chest. The hammer is in the Scrub's Grotto outside of Sacred Forest Meadow. And I mean, like, you'll probably be disappointed to see that it's not a vanilla boss key, and then happy to see that you can go finish the progression dungeon. I also think that after you get kicked out of water, I don't know what you do in Barrel situation. In rockchalk situation, you are a little bit forced to do Ice Cavern.
And I think Barrel gets his silvers and goes straight to Spirit.
Yeah. Considering he did telegraph that he might clear Adult Lake and then just dipped for the clear of Forest, even though it was very, very out of logic.
Aiming is hard.
Imagine being able to aim. That could not be me. Well, there's your second key. I think this is actually a good time to... I don't know. I don't know what I would do here.
There's one here, there's one in the bow target.
I think perhaps you go... I don't know, honestly.
Well, Barrel does. He's going for Vanilla BK.
Well, he'll need that, and this will just complicate his route somewhat if he wants to go check... anything.
Yep.
Everything else inside of the temple. There's a big chest of nice. Thank you for the alert.
Yeah, WoodenBarrel would have to raise the water level to the mid section just through a small key. Doesn't feel good. Golds! That doesn't feel good either.
Could be silvers.
Oh yeah, very likely those are our logical silvers.
So irons can now be anywhere in Spirit, I suppose, depending on where letter is. Man. Letter could be in GTG because we've had access to it since the beginning of the game and no one's been there. I think when we opened up the seed and I saw we had Epona start, I said ew, because that's my involuntary response to that. We have another big chest. Is that another big chest, or is this are pixels confusing me?
That is another big chest. Silver gauntlets for Barrel immediately save orbs.
Yeah. As obnoxious as it's going to be with collecting the keys here, you have to keep that. There's the bomb bag. Now, it doesn't solve where the heck Rudo's letter is.
Well, we do know it's not bomb locked in Hyrule Field, for example.
We know where it's not. It's true. Could just be on horseback archery.
I also had a Spear Zero bow on the Ocarina minigame, so all the bow stuff is right there.
This is first bomb bag, and it is 99.9% likely first logical bomb bag. We don't know where Bruto's letter is. Just let that one wash over you. We've checked Wasteland, nothing important.
Yeah.
BTG strikes me as extremely likely.
I think Rudo's letter might also have to be in Zora's domain.
Oh no!
Oh shucks, Barrel did not quite get the timing off.
That is
Can
not
he
sneak in here. Nope.
Oh shucks.
That is difficult. Frankly, Dragon is the hardest part of doing gold scale. I think it's significantly easier from the top with a arrow. It's shoot your arrow, turn 90 degrees, do a side hop, you're in.
Second try.
Now, I think you typically want to be in the dive cutscene when you are. Oh no, we're good. Maybe. Please, no.
Oh no. Shucks.
Yeah.
All right,
Hurts.
and just Nocturne. Is that gonna bait Rockchalk into dipping Shadow Temple? Nope.
With his current loadout, he can go Spirit.
Yep, you're right. And that is a quit from WoodenBarrel. Does he go back, or does he cut his losses?
I think he'll probably try again from the top. He was just hoping to not have to go all the way through River for something he knew was dead. Irons on Lab Dive is valid, absolutely valid. Again, this does all hang on where the heck is Rudo's letter. Places Rudo's letter can be right now. GTG seems incredibly likely. Like the entire Gerudo area, no one's been there. No one's been to Fortress, no one's been to Gerudo Training Grounds.
Or Zora's domain.
Irons can just be anywhere in Adult Lake. No one's done Adult Lake checks. Shoot the Sun, allowed. I love Irons and Shoot the Sun, that's amazing.
Haven't seen Hyrule Castle. Haven't seen Bombchu
Hyrule
Bowling.
Castle Ferry,
or
Bombchu
the
Bowling.
Hyrule Field.
Bombchu Bowling, yeah, that's allowed. Bombs are definitely allowed for Irons. Hammer is in the Scrub Salesman outside of Sacred Forest Meadow. And the mirror is, I think Rockchalk will probably picking this up. We'll show you in just a moment, because he knows where it is. He save scummed his last chew on it. And then he just got railroaded into going back to get himself this bomb bag that he might not actually need because he was so short on explosives. Heart pieces are mixed in with everything else. Yes, they are. So you're going to be... But right now we're playing with a setting called Chest Size Matches Contents, which means that checks that are... I think ones like signature items or unique items, like the hook shot, a strength upgrade, all of the bows, but also things like we don't actually need like Neighbor's Love or the Stone of Agony. Basically, yeah, anything that's an inventory item is going to be a big chest. And anything that is not will be a small chest. So you've probably seen a lot of our runners walking past small chests that don't have the pretty little gold texture on them. Could it be at the bottom of the valley off the bridge? Have we seen that? I think we saw that. It's been a while.
In Gerudo Valley? Yeah.
Yeah.
There are the extra 2 keys for Barrel. He can take out Dark Link. Get the bad news. Irons are required.
Bombs are absolutely in ice.
But he is up a Volvagia fight on him. On his opponent, Rockchalk.
No, we really appreciate you wanting to come in and learn about the game, and that's part of the reason we're here, to figure out what's going on, attempt to figure out what's going on, and attempt to tell you what's happening. And yes, it is true that we still have not seen our 4th path, which... Yeah, Ice to Goma, which is the bomb bag. And yeah, I think Namaha said this quite early in the stream that it probably is the scale to King Dodongo, because you need to be able to turn in the letter to go into Ice Cavern. Do we have a letter? No, we do not. I believe we have seen a 40 hit. We? I have it marked, but again, maybe I can't read. I have it marked as nothing, but don't trust me. It has been marked since I walked in, and as I think I stated at the beginning, I walked in straight from work, so my attention span probably not at its highest. So we'll probably see Barrel go through to... that is a relatable feeling, not be able to find the items you can't finish. These things happen. These always happen. But Barrel's gonna go through and do the dragon chest from above. He'll be able to get the peak, so he'll be able to see that it is a big chest and not the big boss key like he's probably hoping. Get the bad news. But then he will know that he'll probably just go do Spirit. I don't know where to from there, though.
I can't see him going anywhere other than Spirit after this. He's got his mirror, he's got his strength. Nothing's gonna block him out of there.
Oh, and we
welcome raiders from
we have a raider from ZSR. That was also a S5 bracket match, I believe.
Yep. Please no spoilers in the chat for people who are looking forward to watching that race at a later time.
Yeah, so right now we're looking for... We are just wrapping up... Barrel's about to wrap up the second attempt at Gold Scale Water and find out that there are 2 items in here, but the big key is in fact the central pillar. I'm as disappointed as you are.
Yep.
More possibly. However, both of our runners are able to do Spirit Temples, so right now our entire story of the seed is where are our Iron Boots? I guess the subplot is where's Reno's letter? Because the logical bomb bag is in Ice Cavern. Rockchalk found himself compelled to go get it because he was completely out of explosives. Because WoodenBarrel made a different decision about how to use his explosives in Sacred Forest Meadow, got a second bomb chew pack, and got the hammer immediately outside in the Sacred Forest Meadow Scrub Grotto. So that's our subplot. When is Rockchalk getting that? So, both players need hammers. Rockchalk needs the hammer. When Rockchalk gets that hammer, it's going to be a blazingly fast fire. The boss key is right next to Volvagia, but when he gets that hammer, he's walked past that several times.
Yep, that is WoodenBarrel's advantage at the moment. Rockchalk won't... Oh no, he will have to relower the water level. Never mind.
Hey.
Both unfortunately have to relower the water level. But that is an interesting wallet there.
Now that completion of Volvagia is in logic... Yes, Barrel and Rockchalk, as you can tell, because Barrel walked in with a wallet and Rockchalk has just received one, have different wallets.
Barrel
the other
got
wallet...
this from the dragon himself. or herself. It's still unclear.
Dragons have no sense of gender, it's fine.
Rockchalk a little bit ahead of Barrel in the Spirit Temple, but we'll be making that up as he goes into fire once he gets the hammer. Unfortunately, Lost Woods has no hint whatsoever to the path of Volvagi, at least that we found. So he's not going to be making any beelines for that area, unless he's just has the right vibe.
Yeah, it's interesting that, and also consider we haven't seen a path to Morpha either. I wonder if we'll see any sort of hint hunting.
Yeah, they've got to be in in Zora's River, I think, at this point.
Back of Lake also an option. Any of the field grottos, because I don't think we've seen field grottos because of the relative lack of explosives. Now this is a way to handle this room when you don't have hover boots.
I think it might be a little quicker to do Din's Fire in one go rather than 3 fire arrows, but WoodenBarrel knows what
probably quicker, but it conserves your magic more.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Another advantage that WoodenBarrel has is this big Goron sword.
Yes.
That was in the second grotto in the Lost Woods.
I've not seen a Zora tunic.
Nope.
Well, those are logically required, okay. At least as far as we know.
Not with those wallets. But I guess technically we would... Or no, we can buy Zora's tunic as child, right? Yeah.
You cannot buy a Zora's tunic as child.
No, didn't they fix that like 3 seasons ago?
I don't believe you can, but anyway, you can, if you have 2 wallets, you can buy Blue Fire to open the shop.
Oh yeah, that's how you do it.
And you have to farm more, and it's annoying, but yes, you can do that. So how's Twin Robo going here? It looks fine. Honestly, most of the bosses are acceptably quickly finished.
Question in chat, have we seen chickens? Yes, because we found 2 path hints for Kakariko. So chickens was unavoidable. Unfortunately, just Pizza Heart.
Yeah, we had both players do chickens by like the half an hour mark.
We also saw WoodenBarrel throw 1 too many nuts at said chickens and get swarmed. Like the SWAT team. Swarm! Swarm! Swarm!
Do not mess with the chickens. They are... There's a reason that they take out the chickens, that they're not there in the future.
No, see, I think we should mess with chickens.
Well, notice, Ganon knows that he would be completely defeated if the chickens exist in the future, so they were the first thing he got rid of.
No, I'm begging the rando devs to mess with the chickens. I want to see Cuckoo attack on crowd control. Please and thank you.
Okay. Obviously, more chicken attacks. Probably good. Yeah, they're incarcerated. They're incarcerated chickens.
Ingo fried chicken?
Honestly, I more than once I have used Din's Fire on the chickens when they were my second to last location.
But look at the progress WoodenBarrel has made. Rockchalk just finishing up the Twin Rova fight as WoodenBarrel's making his entrance. WoodenBarrel in a good spot. Rockchalk not too far behind, but Rockchalk is he's gonna get a slingshot.
Get that slingshot. Probably do a double take. Probably start piecing out this whole bomb logic thing. If he hasn't already.
Yeah, he's found his Kokiri sword, not in Ice Cavern.
Yeah, that bomb bag was a very rude location. It would be nice from Barrel's perspective to have another $60 right about now, considering he's probably going to head out to GTG. This is a sensible place to go. Burning is Saria's.
Found no iron boots in all of the Spirit Temple.
I can't wait for the first big chest we find here to be Rudo's letter. And have it be profoundly disappointing because you don't need it at all right now.
Yeah, the last place these runners want to go is inside of Jabu.
I don't know, what about all those sun grade predictors? They want to see letters inside of Jabu.
Nice fight from WoodenBarrel. Not too difficult with that big Goron sword. I mentioned earlier, he's had that all of his bosses, so he's made out a significant chunk of time here. He's also checked the Wasteland, so it's going to be interesting to see if WoodenBarrel decides to follow rockchalk into GTG.
Yeah, GTG is extremely dense and it's been open for quite a while. Yeah, we just need iron boots, go straight to Central Pillar to finish the game. No, you just want to monopolize more of our time. You just want us to hang out with you longer. We know how you are.
WoodenBarrel not crossing the Wasteland. He's going to Lake Hylia. He's got some adult stuff to do there.
I don't hate the idea of doing adult lake checks. Those are extremely easy to just leave forever if you get distracted by things out of a water temple. Like, I can go do an entire progression dungeon. Oh, hello, big chest. Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
First big chest in Fortress area, in Gerudo area.
Not too surprising. Definitely not what rockchalk wanted to see.
But we have patched against the logic if you really would care about that thing.
Now I'm still I'm grinding my gears over all these ladders that you cannot hookshot up to.
Yeah, which put Bonds in Logic puts like everything else we have done in Logic. It also puts Nocturne in Logic, which I think is probably the more concerning thing. Finding that Rudo's letter puts AD in Logic, puts Nocturne in Logic, puts... Do you really want to be in either the front of Shadow or in Jabu? I don't think you do.
Depends on who you are.
Like, I love Shadow and all, but would not be my first choice of locations to be when I'm trying to just wrap up a scene and get out.
We got an Epona high five. WoodenBarrel is going to orphan off adult fishing and shoot the sun.
Shoot the sun is very orphanable here. Without the time of day for it. That could be where your irons are.
Yeah, I think Barrel's gonna check
Logic.
Hyrule Field and then make his way over to the fortress with rockchalk.
Those are both really just acceptable ways to be searching through this seed, honestly.
Yep. Barrel just looking for those iron boots. Rockchalk looking for irons and the hammer.
Hammer is definitely has been a benefit to Barrel throughout this seed, not having to go dig through Ice Cavern to get the first logical bomb bag. Of course, if it does end up being in shadow, then that's less of a benefit than it might seem.
Yep. Nothing from the horseback archery.
Lost was to Volve.
Oh no.
Oh dear. And that's bomb locked.
Yep. So, rockchalk is not going to get that hint.
Yeah, rockchalk will have to go clear. That's very clear. That's a very clear statement right there. Well, there's also the only bow we've seen so far, right?
Yep. Haven't seen any hints for Skull Kid. Still haven't done the slingshot target. Just sometimes hint for that.
Well, there's my hit gone. There's my guess gone.
But here it is. It's going to be in the Boulder O Destiny. That's why it's named the Boulder O Destiny.
Not today.
Nope. Is this the other? It is!
It is! Okay.
2 bomb lock checks that give you your path to a bomb check.
Oh, hi, large object. More bombs.
Bomb lock
So
bombs.
if a barrel goes to GTG, which he may be doing, he's in incredible shape. He also has to continue avoiding Ice Cavern, which maybe he understands that he could.
Yeah, I think he's avoiding that like the plague. What's that? Nope.
Nothing important, apparently. Nocturne is in ice, yes. There is nothing on the table that could be logically required but not practically required at this point.
Doesn't look like a whole lot in GTG either.
Yeah, nothing in GTG. There is a our logical second bomb bag. Or a bomb lock bomb bag is in GTG, which is going to be very, very good for Barrel because he's been running on these 2 chew packs for the past 2 hours.
I don't think Barrel needs a bomb bag. Not at this point. Just water temple left.
Well, the off chance you have it's on Bomb Tree Bowling. It's nice.
Oh right, irons could be on bowling, huh?
We'll be peeking the crate because Barrel didn't do that, I guess.
Nope, Barrel was in Kakariko doing chickens while rockchalk was here grabbing a chicken. Nice. Yeah, that didn't look too.
Yeah, for the record, the easiest possible setup for this: center yourself on this pillar. 2 hops left, 2 backflips, turn around, drop it. Simple enough that I can remember it.
Not simple enough for Mr. WoodenBarrel. You'll have to give him a talking to.
Yeah, I think you may want to abandon that for a minute, Barrel. You've got 2 chews left and other stuff to do. We know the irons aren't in everyone's favorite check, the toilet.
Yeah, guaranteed. Not there or under the icy water. And at this point, there's nothing in the toilet that could lead to the irons either. Or lead to anything of value whatsoever.
Yeah. AD is all dungeons, and it would mean that you'd be doing getting all of the stones to get the song that is from Ocarina of Time, which today is Sun Song, which opens 1 check. There's a single grave in the graveyard that does that. And the hammer is in the Scrubs Grotto outside of Sacred Forest Meadow.
So rockchalk just about finished up here. Barrel gonna pick up his letter. Not gonna be too pleased about that.
Yeah, the letter puts all dungeons in logic, which you don't want to see.
I guess Barrel doesn't know the strat to long shot it. Oh, maybe it does. Yeah, there we go.
this is something where I think more people have been employing the trick to do the hookshot extension up to
from the jail.
that chest because of CSMC. Logical bombs have been. Ooh, AD can't be in logic because no. Bombs are in logic inside of Ice Cavern. Ice Cavern gives you Nocturne, which you need for AD. Bombs are before Nocturne. Hello, Happy Grand. Thank you for the raid with your party of 100. Welcome into the most disappointing single item hunt in my life. No, it's we're looking for iron boots. We're looking for iron boots is the answer. We have a boss key on Central Pillar.
Yep, 100% confirmed.
Perfect use of those arrows. 1500, exactly.
Hammer outside of the Sacred Force Metal from the Lost Wood Scrubs. That is what rockchalk is missing. Both our runners are missing the iron boots. Good news for rockchalk. The boss key in Fire Temple right next to that big old boss door. So won't be spending too much time to catch up in his fire medallion department. But back at Lake Hylia, haven't seen adult fishing yet. Haven't seen Shoot the Sun.
You do need to be a child inside Jabu because the adult can't use the boomerang for some reason. Iron's the top of fire is absolutely a possibility. It was something I was thinking about.
Yeah, if you want to see adult inside Jabu, wait a couple months for the Random Settings League, Season 4, kicking off in March. Until then, we've got a whole bunch of Season 5 Standard right early on in the first round of brackets here. Both these runners will go on to face the racers from Monday's stream. In case you haven't seen that, we won't spoil that, but the winner of this will face the winner of that, and the loser of that will face the loser of this. We're doing a little peeking here in GTG, looking for those big chests. Those are the ones that aren't important. Iron boots can't be in any other chest.
Yes, this is with chest size matches contents on. GTG becomes a lot faster. Yeah, what are our real good options here?
Got Shoot the Sun, we got Treasure Chest Minigame, Bomb Troop Bowling, both of the Great Fairies in the castle grounds.
Ooh, both the Great Fairies. The rest of Fire...
Yep, Deep Fire.
I don't think we only found the one item in Fire, and this here we haven't seen hover boots. And there were enough keys to continue, we just elected not to because there were many other things to do at the time.
Yeah, I think Barrel got 2 keys. We don't know if a third's in the big lava room or not.
A third
Actually,
has to be in the
do.
big lava room because we ran out of...
Yeah, you're right.
Because, what?
Because Volvagia had a wallet. And not a small
ZSR
key.
bot? We'll just carry on.
Barrel just about finished up. Or no, he hasn't done this loop yet. So giving rockchalk ample time to catch back up.
Yep.
It looks like he might find that path of Volvagia hint.
And yes, that is a good point that War had a strength, so you cannot be in Ganon's Castle Fairy. Yes, Chickens was done within 30 minutes. We have 2 path items in Kakariko, and I think we're assuming at this point that it's Requiem is to Twinrova and Scale is to King Dodongo, because you need to turn in that Widow's letter that we saw our runners just get moments ago off the top of the lab, at the top of GTG, to be able to actually get our first logical bomb back.
Which also means we needed 30 skulls before we could get that letter. Or hover boots.
And we still haven't seen hovers anywhere. And considering the amount of general things that we have to look for, we're gonna... It'll take us a minute.
Well, it's not taking a minute. Rockchalk saw that and he knows exactly where to go for his hammer. Will he pick up his big Goron sword on the way? Or shortly afterwards? Won't help him too much, but might be just enough.
Yeah, having to get that bomb bag did not do Rockchalk any favors with this. And this is the point where you're just like, I cannot believe that I was short money and skipped this check and missed the hammer for hours.
Yeah, at least 80 minutes.
And you will say hours, even though technically this race has been on for like, maybe a little over 2 hours, because it feels like 2 hours. It feels like hours and hours and hours when you have missed an item, even though we know that the item that was missed not that, we know that you can just go walk in, beat fire, walk out.
And not as easy in the water temple.
You have to do a little bit of water raising and lowering. Both players are gonna have to do that.
WoodenBarrel is going to say goodbye to his last bomb chew. Oh wait, yeah, right? Why would he go into the tent?
I don't know what's going on with the timer. We're just going to... I can tell you that I'm looking at their timers currently on the restream layout, and it's like about 2:24.
Yeah, important to have multiple timekeepers. Nice pause strats.
Oh, that's
Getting
really
a
quite
peek.
nice.
Looks like he's done that before. That might be his first time seeing that ice cavern hint.
Yeah, potentially.
Well, Octorok's going to help him out here. Warp back up to the valley tent.
Yeah, although I
Or not.
don't know why you would, though. There's not really much over there for you.
Well, he hasn't peeked the crate yet. He could long shot to it from up there. But he says, nah, I'm going somewhere else. Fortunately, most of our remaining checks are child.
If it's shoot the sun, this will be hilarious because that is just the worst in this scene.
Yeah, never fun when you have to shoot the sun without Sun Song.
Hey, if you want to shoot the sun, there's more arrows for you. I mean, it's still dying in the fishing game. That's how I feel whenever I have to go fishing.
Does Barrel have the gold gauntlets?
He does, however, I think James pointed out in chat that that is not a valid location for the iron boots because the water had our quote-unquote silvers.
Gotcha.
So we will not be finding iron boots there. So where are we headed, Barrel? Bombchu Bowling, the Hyrule Castle Ferry. Can't be on chest minigame. Barrel has yet to go into ice, however, I think he may be making the hard call that it is going to be the bombs there because all of that kind of cluster around King Dodongo and around Ice to Goma and then having all your Goma stuff handed to you on a bomb-locked platter, that just implies that your bombs are in ice. So if you can avoid that, it's a strong thing to do.
Good thing that we cannot avoid the Pokemon music. Got some bowling, got some treasure chest minigame to do.
Treasure chest minigame would just be for the fans at this point. That the lens was locked by Iron Boots.
Oh, yep, definitely.
Yeah.
Alright, off to the Vanilla Din spot. Fire Medallion for Rockchalk. All tied up.
So now just chase down those irons. Ooh, that is just really tight. I know you have the health to spare, but still just sketchy. And there they are.
There we go. WoodenBarrel has
location.
Reach Go mode.
Hate that location. There we be. We've found ourselves some iron boots. I hate them, but we have them. And it's time to go.
Yeah, and with that, it is WoodenBarrel's race to lose. Can't imagine him doing so. He needs to jump down into the central pillar of the water temple, claim his boss key, take it straight to Morpha, kill Morpha, and then it is bacon time.
Oh, don't. This may be a. Oh, it's only the first 2 checks in shadow, but still. Yike. No, maybe not. But yeah, thinking about our collection of things that are left. What's our? Oh wow, that is amazing. Okay, can we just call? Can we just like? That is beautiful placement of the Furor's Wind. Oh my god.
Yeah, if you didn't think Furor's Wind was useful, WoodenBarrel just proving you wrong there. Thinking all the way back to when he missed out on the cracked wall key, when he had to re-raise the water level to the mid-level. He placed Furor's Wind there. Now he doesn't have to raise it you know, doesn't have to lower it, raise it back up. Really nice planning there from WoodenBarrel.
Yeah, that is really, really nice. Like,
And rockchalk's in the right spot, but at the wrong time.
setting it to night.
Oh,
That
he doesn't
is
have
a-
fire arrows still. He's thinking about Dampe.
Yeah, Dampe dicking. Which is fair, and there is...
Yep, not a bad thought.
Yes, yeah, honestly, although we did have a smoke glitch that did show us who won early. Yeah, so just trying to pointedly not acknowledge it. But honestly, that play with those using the Furor's Wind, just execution-wise, is so worth talking about. That's great. And from what we know, that is actually decently accessible. Like, that's fairly early, considering it's Fortress, 30 Skulls Fortress to... Oh, and also got the quick grab. We talked about that too. That's not easy.
WoodenBarrel makes it look that easy. A little easier with that big round sword too.
Oh, the stabbing part's pretty easy with Big Round Sword, but first you gotta get it against the door.
Giggity giggity.
Alright, so we'll see if we're the right age now. Unfortunately, not
he's-
at the right location.
He's making those plays for Saryu-san, checking the last remaining stuff. Hey, there's something.
There's his Aura Tunic.
But really disappointed we got that scale so early. It was a path hint and never went into Zora's domain.
Yeah, that is surprising in retrospect that, I mean, clearly nothing important was there, but I did really expect that to be there. Something to be there. Or at least someone to have checked it. Perhaps finding the Din's fire was enough to make them turn around and consider it, but it was much less... It's even weirder than that. Just turn in your Rudo's letter, which has been sitting in Fortress all game with that opponent's song that you had.
Nah,
With the
Barrel's...
bottle.
We're gonna let Rudo rot in that fish.
She can stay there, I agree. Well, you don't even have to go into Rudo's. You just like hand the letter over and just feel like, yeah, I'll totally rescue her. I'll just be back in 7 years for the thing I actually want.
There is the Rainbow Bridge. A couple of staircases separate WoodenBarrel between Ganondorf.
So is Rockchalk going to get those irons before we...
He is.
Looks like it. Excellent.
He will put the puzzle pieces together. Fortunately, it looks like a little too late.
And also,
But
I don't believe he set that, he has as good of a Furor's Wind set as Barrel did, because that was pretty.
Yeah, very impressive planning.
I am gonna have to keep that one in my back pocket for next time I'm gold scaling water. That was great.
Got something in my back pocket for you. You do little dance, see what you do. Shoutouts to Leopold Butterscotch.
Yeah, there has been a back-end glitch. But...
And WoodenBarrel doing the validation chest.
What are we validated with?
Hey, eye drops. Secret trick, you sprinkle those eye drops on your big Goron sword. It tenfolds the damage.
Yeah, I ran a Nintendo Power once. Ooh, that was close.
Yeah, luckily he had enough health. That extra heart container on Phantom Ganon might have done him good.
He almost took another hit there, and that would have been a problem. I think he might still have a... Does he still have a...
Yeah, I think he still has his Volvagia Fairy.
Might need to get rid of that.
Up, up, up. Barrel goes as Rockchalk sinks to the bottom of the lake. Where were our light arrows? Oh yeah, the Deku Tree.
Quite a long time ago.
Is the jump slash in his equipping of the stuff. Looks like he's going to hang on to that fairy and deliver a fish here to the castle. We saw some bugs being dropped in some interesting spots. Now it's time for the fish.
And there is our smooth one cycle in Ganondorf.
It has been quite the road, taking a very windy path through Hyrule, but here it is, 2 hours, 37 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, here on ZSR2, here's Ganon.
Yes, you have to use a bottle, which is much more effective than a sword.
Now, unfortunately, Ganon is going to be a cheap piggy, knocking that sword away. Princess standing helplessly beside. But no worries, WoodenBarrel, he's got a big brain. We saw it earlier in the Water Temple with his use of Pharaoh's Wind. He's stored up that jump slash with the Master Sword, using a crouch stab and the hammer. Phase 1, no problem.
Being able to store your Master Jump slash straight into the hammer. Whenever you see Fire Temple on your medallions, you know you're going to have a pretty easy first phase of Ganon. Fortunately, literally anything will do a point of damage to Ganon's tail. Deku Nuts, arrows, hook shots, mostly Deku Nuts.
Yeah, everybody loves non-Ganon.
And the AoE, you can't deny it.
But reunited with that Master Sword. And the pig is down. Zelda's gonna lend us her magical abilities. Don't know why it took her so long, but there it is. The slicing and a dicing WoodenBarrel will take home the first place victory. Who's hungry for bacon?
Right as rockchalk picks up the barbecue.
And hopefully we will get our racers in the chat. Go over the seed forum. It was very impressive by both runners. But have no fear, this is a double elimination bracket. Rockchalk will not be saying goodbye for good. Just bumping down over there in the lower bracket. And spoil alert, he will be going off to face against Daredevil in the lower bracket. WoodenBarrel's moving on to face quite the opponent in Mr. Mario. Stay tuned here on ZSR for all that. Check out the schedule. We'll be bringing that to you shortly. And then in the meantime, tons of matches left, right, and center. I think just about every day going forward.
This entire seed was basically revolving around this like weird lack of explosives and explosives management. And this is the thing I'll be asking the runners about. If you have questions that you want to ask to the runners, there's a great time to put them in chat while we're getting everyone ready to pull in.
Probably gonna pull them both in while Rock finishes up on the restream.
Very nice.
Great, thank you.
Rockchalk really not too far behind. There is the Rainbow Bridge, 12 minutes approximately behind WoodenBarrel here.
All right, and we now have Rockchalk in with us.
GG's.
GG's.
I think the biggest thing that got me was the Lost Woods path to Volve.
Yeah, unfortunately, we saw WoodenBarrel check that Wolfos Grotto chest. That has an extra 10 bomb chews in there.
Oh, I didn't open that small chest.
Yeah, and then of course, right afterwards, he picks up the hammer, and then as soon as you pass that, and then we're down to like 1 or 2 chews, we knew it was going to be a while before you got back there. Unfortunately,
I didn't have any money either.
Yep.
Yeah, and now you're joined by Barrel. GG's.
Hi, thank you. GG. I also did not know I had this Discord in my list.
Very cool. Very impressive WoodenBarrel, especially that one of those final plays you made with that Pharaoh's Wind in the Water Temple. Very nice.
Yeah, that was just a defense play because I hate Water Temple today.
Well, I also know you hate
complaining
chickens.
about it, so I was very impressed by that, and I think a lot of people were inspired by that play. Those play is very, very well played.
Oh, the Thrower's Win thing?
Yeah.
Yep.
It was just a defensive call. It was the correct defensive call. Going through there's the chance that you might have to come back later. It just made sense. Drop it in if it's... Because I couldn't think of any other reason to why I'd want Thrower's Wind anywhere else. So, yeah, leave it here. I find Iron Boots. I get to come back in, go straight to my boss key, save quit, and then the water's still raised to go kill Morpha.
Yeah. I don't know if you do that if you had missed out on the cracked wall.
I mean, you can peek that when you float up the first time.
Yeah, no, but so, right, you needed 4 keys for both the Silver Gauntlets and what turned out to be whatever else was in the Water Temple there.
Lens of Truth.
Lens. So if you had gotten that cracked wall earlier, you wouldn't have had to raise it to the middle level, and you would have been able to go straight to Darkling. But it turned out for you. And
I still would have gone in there, even if I had been able to get that earlier. I would have gone in there and dropped it in. I would have played the defense for it.
Yeah, big brain play right there.
And really, it is a very fast way to defend against the Iron Boots required water, and that was very impressive. And if you want to continue on your chickens point, both people doing chickens, I think that was kind of a no-brainer with the double Kakariko path.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't know that there was double path when I did it. I just did it because I was like, well, it's Path of King Dodongo, and I've only gotten Requiem.
Yeah.
Well, you got what you deserved.
That was a nasty, nasty tangle there with most likely to turn in the scale, to turn in the first scale, to turn in Rudo's letter to get the bomb bag in Ice Cavern.
That letter is so stupid because that's locked by hovers, and I have no idea where hovers are.
It doesn't have
Hover-
to be locked by hovers, I don't think.
Oh, wait,
I think it can just be the 30
no.
skull hook shot.
Yeah, you're
You
right.
can just
Because of the
it can just be
boomerang,
the
yeah.
30 skull hook shot.
I forgot you can do that with hookshot only for some reason.
Yeah.
But
Yes,
another
that
big
was
advantage
bad.
for Barrel is you had that big Goron sword for all of your bosses. Definitely sped you up a little bit.
Yeah, it sped up bomb bagless Volvagia.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like I really lost too much time on Volvagia thanks to it as well. It felt like I maybe lost 10, 15 seconds most.
Yeah, no, if Rockchalk hadn't have run out of bomb chews and was almost forced to go into the ice cavern, it would have been so much closer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my explosive management was not the best this seed because I don't know.
I had zero
just-
explosive
weird.
management. I didn't manage them. I was just like, oh, this is a check, let's get it. And then I
You
got
also
the
did,
hammer
like,
within
better
like
lucky
the
than
first
good.
2 I used. And once I got the hammer, I was like, haha, hey, bomb chews, guess where you get to sit? In my pocket. And then I ran into 10 more.
Yeah, I feel like every time I walked past that scrub, I didn't have money. So,
Yeah, at least twice.
and then at that point, when I did have money, I was saving my chew for Water Temple. I think, or I just wasn't going back there. I don't actually remember.
Yeah, you had that one chew for a very long time, and you did spend down the cracked wall.
Yeah, I found the mirror shield with my last chew, and I'm like, I don't need this right now. I'll just come back and get it later.
I found it
No,
Oh.
that made
with my
sense.
hammer.
Yeah.
No, that made
I
sense
only-
to me.
I only had money because I was gonna buy a shield coming out of Dodongo's, but then I found a mirror shield. And I was like, oh, cool. I don't gotta buy one.
Chickens and buying a shield barrel? What have you become?
Someone who wants to have a better shot at winning.
Perfect answer.
And in like the competitive scene, yeah, I'll just buy it and do. It's really just because you can do King Zora Skip now. King Zora Skip is too powerful of a thing to not have access to do it and be stubborn like that. Qualifiers, sure, whatever. I won't buy one. Give me $5 to buy one. But like the actual bracket matches, nah, I'll just buy the shield.
Yes, there are ways to do shieldless King Zora Skip. However, why mess with your flow? You know,
Yeah, no,
do it the
And-
way you can do it.
exactly. I didn't know there were shieldless methods for that. I also don't care to go learn them.
Yeah, you can throw a nut when you reach the end of your jump slash to stop the jump slash.
Oh, I might have to go try that later.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jax was
I learned
also
that-
telling us about an easier setup for the Valley Crate.
Yeah, I like half know it. I always wing it, and I'm always just like, I'll come back to this later and learn it. And I never have. And I
Yeah,
probably
center
never
up
will.
on you center up on the post, 2 side hops left, 2 back flips, and that's the spot. You just turn and drop it.
Yeah, okay.
But you made the right calls. You're moving on. Any thoughts for your next opponent, Mr. Mario?
Good luck in winners round 3.
Yeah, quite the tough opponent. That's for sure. How about you, Rockchalk? You're facing off against Daredevil. Winners or losers going home. Winners staying.
Well, loser's bracket is definitely scary, but I think it'll be a good match. I'm excited.
Good to hear. Definitely.
Also, I guess one last thing. If anyone was curious why I actually went Child to pick up those irons, it's because I felt super behind from that hammer and wanted to gamble.
Oh, yeah. My reasoning is because I was going to go Jabu because I'm sitting there thinking if it's ice, I lose already. I also didn't know Jabu was barren because River was barren. I had no reason to know that Jabu was barren. I wouldn't have known until I did Jabu either. I got a little lucky with that.
Yeah. Honestly, it was a good check if you were planning on doing child cleanup to make sure you took care of the fountain because it was allowed. And
Yeah,
when else are you doing it?
exactly. It was just a child cleanup thing. It was do Bomb Shoe Bowling, get that Warp Serenade, and then go do Jabu.
Yeah, actually, that was one thing that we were both surprised by with the early Kakariko path to 2 places with a scale. Yeah, you got the Inspire, which ended up thankfully not being required. But neither of you elected to dive into Domain.
I'm gonna be honest, I just didn't feel like it.
Same, honestly,
Okay.
same. I was just like, nah, I don't want to do this right now.
Valid. Okay, I accept that.
It's why I didn't do adult fishing forever, even though I was in Adult Lake Hylia like 5 times.
You headed that way, and then you decided something else.
Well, you had it that way. You're like, and then you hit Minuet. I'm like, okay, I can support this because just go do what you have to do, and then come back to what you other options. And then you did it again. I'm like, I just don't know what's going on here. I'm just not gonna try.
Yeah, I just didn't feel like doing it, and then I was looking for iron boots. I'm like, all right, fine, I'll do it.
Yeah, unfortunately,
I was
gold scale did not
resoundingly
pay off.
disappointed. That was what you were looking for at the end. Resoundingly disappointed.
Oh, if it had been, I'd have been kicking myself for sure.
Yeah. I just really hate not being able to gold scale water.
Yeah, Jax is a fan
but I
of
guess it's the reason that I had a chance, because it sounds like you would have finished a lot earlier with the gold scale water.
Yeah, if gold scale water had worked out, the silvers I got in water would have been my go mode.
That makes sense. Yeah,
I wouldn't have done any of GTG. It would have just been go straight from. I probably would have finished 15 minutes sooner.
that checks out.
Yeah, that would have if the key had been like anywhere else, you would have been any of the other unlock checks. You would have been done quite a lot earlier.
Yeah,
You had the hammer extremely early. You had hammer all the way through to Dongo's Cavern, which sped that up a lot because hammer in Dongo's Cavern is so fast.
yup.
Yeah. So
I think that'll do us.
Yeah. Anything else? Questions, comments? Anything else?
I'm good.
Yeah, what he said.
Yeah, well, best of luck to you guys moving forward. Thanks again for racing the race. Without you guys racing these, we wouldn't have the races to watch being raced. Thanks to our trackers behind the scene. Thanks to Jack Astronomy for joining me in the comm booth.
Yeah, thank you for commentating with me August 40th.
Yeah, thanks all the restream peeps for making the restream possible. Hope it was good.
Yeah,
I'll have to watch it back later.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to commentate. So yeah, let me get the trackers. Let me see if I can remember how to do the boss stuff. How to do the bot stuff. And yes, I did.
Soulblade, take us away.
All right. Coming up on Thursday the 20th, we're going to have 2 more bracket matches. First one's happening at 2:20 p.m. Eastern Time. It's going to be Alexis versus Brotinderdos. I hope I said that right. And the next one is at 8:20 p.m. And that's going to be Jay versus Exodus. Should be exciting for those two. It looks like Friday will be one also. Looks like that one got separated. Friday the 21st, there will be one at 2:20 p.m. of Ryu Kane versus the Aeronaut. Stick here for all of your Zelda news, and thank you all for watching.